If you don't want to feel depressed today, you might want to skip this video because I want to take a minute to talk about my raw experience going unmatched. On match day, you'll always see the celebrations, smiles, and laughter, like congratulations, you made it. But you'll rarely see the times when things don't go according to plan, which makes failure feel even more isolating. I'm sharing my story because if you find yourself unmatched this season, I want you to know that you are not alone and that this is not the end of your story, no matter what happens after the match. So to set the stage, it was the day before match day and I felt so confident. I came into ophthalmology late with a lot of things going against me, but ended up taking a research gap year between third and fourth year, which changed a ton for me. I went from someone who I felt like had zero chance of matching to someone who might even be considered competitive. I feel like I performed really well on my aways, with residents saying that any program would be lucky to have you. Plus, I felt really good about my interviews, with my #1 program saying it would be an honor to train you. So match day in my mind wasn't a question of if I would match, but where within my top 3. I remember discussing with my family where to set up the camera in the kitchen when I opened up my results and where we would get dinner to celebrate afterwards. I completely expected my match day to look exactly the same as all the other videos I'd seen online. Match results came out at 5 a.m. and my dad usually wakes up for work at 5:30, and so I told him, like, it's okay, we don't have to wake up early for this. Let's just wake up at 5:30 and then check the results and then you can go off to work. Morning comes, I wake up, I habitually check my phone and check my emails, and the first email I see is an email from my dean. It was sent at 5:17 a.m. I opened the email and my heart just dropped. I thought, oh my god, this can't mean what I think it means. And so I just opened up my results on my phone immediately and saw this screen staring back at me. I remember feeling so numb and trying to understand how at all this happened. So many questions were running through my mind. I was like, is this a prank? Am I dreaming? Like, could there have been some mistake somewhere? I remember walking down the hall to my dad's room, knocking on his door, and he opened the door really excited, like, is it time to open the results yet? And I showed him the screen and said I didn't match. I remember we hugged for a long time, but even then I was just still in shock and numb. Like, I couldn't even cry. I just wasn't even done processing everything. Instead, my brain was in survival mode, and I knew that my backup plan this whole time was to do another research year, and so my brain was just like, let's just get to work. So I went back to my room and started on plan B. Follow for part 2, where I talk about everything that came afterwards. All the emotions, the grief, and the struggles of finding a research year.